John, thanks again for joining us on this week's CEO's blog, and we'll talk about the Menangle Park Training Centre. It's been a success so far, and another major training precinct in the Sydney area is at Hawkesbury. What is the status on that?
On Hawkesbury, we've just this year put $100,000 into giving it an upgrade or a revamp, a refurbishment, whichever way you want to look at it, with the track surface itself and with some other facilities. We're working towards Hawkesbury eventually procuring that property, buying it off the university. But when you're working through government authorities and other channels, it sometimes can be a long delay. And if we can revert back to the Menangle Park Training Centre, we started on that precinct in 2006. But in 2016 we actually opened it. So Hawkesbury's going very well. It's supplying a real lot of winners out of there of late. And Harness Racing New South Wales is certainly behind all endeavours to keep that up to scratch and providing trainers with a place to train their horses.
So what's the next step with the track in terms of further developments? Obviously we saw that the track was refurbed, or would be maybe a year ago now. What is the next stage?
Well, the next stage is we're basically in a holding pattern. We're in the hands of the owners of the property, the university, the government, and other institutions. So until they go through their processes, we just sit there in line to buy that property and develop it as a training centre.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people will be happy with that, John. Well, it's almost the end of September, so that means the Carnival Cup Series is just around the corner, and traditionally it kicks off with the Canola Cup at Eugowra on the long weekend.
Anyone that's been to Eugowra for that Canola Cup will go again, and anybody who hasn't should be there. Jody and the team out there, and all the other district clubs pitch in to make this the really grand opening of the Carnival Cups, sponsored again this year by Tabcorp. So I suggest the heats will be this weekend. The final, of course, is on the long weekend, on the Monday of the long weekend, but it's a terrific time of the year. It's been very wet across all of New South Wales, but I think it'll be a little bit dusty there on Canola Cup Day. So just go along, enjoy country racing, harness racing, as best as it can be delivered.
A little bit dusty, is that a hint, John?
Well, I hope the rain has moved on. It's 2 weeks away, but as I said, we've lost a lot of race meetings through rain. Fine weather is certainly just round the corner, and for Canola Cup Day, that beautiful yellow flowers out there in the meadows. It's harness racing at its best, and it's Eugowra in just splendid atmosphere, splendid appearance. So everybody, if you haven't been, definitely go to Eugowra.
Yes, I'll agree with you there, John. It's definitely a great meeting to attend. So have you been keeping an eye on any of the COs? Do you have a early tip at all for the series?
Oh, well, as you know, Amanda, I can't tip. I just hope that the best horses make it through to the final. They make it through to the final with no infringements with the racing, just going forward, and great racing, great horses. Canola Cup, Lexus of Parramatta, be there.
Yeah, no, and many great horses have won that race. Well, look, on a more sadder note, it has been a pretty sad week, particularly in the New South Wales harness racing scene.
Yes, Amanda. Tragic in the respect of the untimely death of Oscar Gatt, who was killed in a car accident, and to all his friends and family, the condolences of the industry. But from the industry perspective, the loss of our former living legend, Don Clough, OAM, Cloughie, Donny, you name it, he was a mate to us all. He was a tremendous contributor. He received that OAM for his work with harness racing, justly deserved. Donny will really be missed. I cannot contemplate when we'll want to be on the phone to Donny to ask him for his advice, for his historical knowledge of this sport. And yes, the Penrith Club will be certainly affected by Donny's passing, but the rest of the industry certainly yes. To Christine and the family and the people of Penrith, the club, Harness Racing New South Wales condolences. Really, it's our entire condolences. Don Clough and I, we used to have robust debates, I'll put it at that, but a great friend Don Clough was, and it is really sad that he is not with us any longer. But his funeral's next Monday. I advise people to arrive early because it will be a very strongly attended celebration of Don's life, a fantastic life, lived long, lived well, and a true contributor to the community, and especially the harness racing fraternity.
Yeah, he was just short of his 90th birthday, which was sad to see that he didn't quite make it. But yes, condolences to all of Cloughie's family. He'll be sadly missed. So, well, thank you, John, for joining us again, and we'll catch up next week for another CEO's blog.
Thank you, Amanda.